They lied to you about this God's greatest battle. The real footage proves he never stood a chance against the other 11. Watch until the last minute to see the one attack that almost erased him for good. There was a moment in Dragon Ball Super that felt less like a battle and more like a divine catastrophe waiting to happen. The infamous clash where Beerus found himself surrounded by every other god of destruction at once. The chain of events leading to that chaos began, fittingly, with Goku doing what Goku does best, ignoring common sense in favor of excitement. After returning to Beerus' planet to continue his training, Goku casually brings up an old promise, one that Beerus would much rather forget. It was the agreement made with the Omni Kings following the tournament between Universe 6 and Universe 7. Goku, brimming with enthusiasm, reminds Beerus that a larger, universe-spanning tournament was supposed to happen someday. Beerus, immediately sensing disaster, dismisses the idea and urges Goku to drop the subject entirely. Of course, that request lasts about as long as one would expect. Without hesitation and without permission, Goku presses the button that summons him directly to the palace of the Omni Kings. In an instant, he finds himself standing before the most powerful beings in existence. At that very moment, the Omni Kings are amusing themselves by treating the multiverse like a board game, casually discussing whether several universes should simply be erased to pass the time. Completely unaware of how close reality is to annihilation, Goku cheerfully greets them and brings up the idea of a grand tournament involving all universes. That single interruption changes everything. The suggestion captures the Omni King's attention just in time, halting their plans for erasure. Intrigued, they hand the responsibility over to the Grand Priest, who declares that the Tournament of Power will be held in 5 ticks, a divine measurement translating to roughly 40 hours in Earth time. The fate of entire universes is suddenly placed on a countdown. Before Goku can rush back home to spread the news, the Grand Priest pauses him. With a calm gesture, he reaches out across existence, summoning every angel attendant from all 12 universes. Each angel is tasked with preparing their respective god of destruction and Supreme Kai. Moments later, the entire divine hierarchy assembles in one place, 12 gods of destruction, their angels, and their Supreme Kais, all kneeling in the presence of the Omni Kings. Even Goku, usually unfazed by power, is awestruck by the sight. The Tournament of Power is formally announced, but there is a complication. The Omni King from Future Trunks' timeline never experienced the Universe 6 tournament. To him, this concept is abstract, interesting, but untested. To satisfy his curiosity, the Grand Priest proposes an exhibition match, not between mortals, but between the gods of destruction themselves. The revelation sends shockwaves through everyone present. One by one, the gods of destruction step forward, and disbelief spreads across the arena. Champa, in particular, boasts that he has trained relentlessly for decades, eager to prove himself. Quitella soon asks the most important question: what are the rules? The Grand Priest's answer is chilling in its simplicity. There is only one rule: every god of destruction must fight with full power. Anyone who holds back risks immediate erasure by Zeno himself. As the weight of those words sinks in, Quitella turns his attention to Beerus, declaring that their long-standing rivalry will finally be settled. Beerus had lost to him in an arm wrestling match long ago, a humiliation not easily forgotten. From the stands, Goku innocently cheers Beerus on, completely unaware that his enthusiasm is fueling a cosmic grudge match. That's when Beerus snaps. In a rare moment of uncontrolled anger, he shouts at Goku, blaming him outright for creating this entire nightmare. The arena falls silent. Beerus immediately realizes his mistake, but it's far too late. Every other god of destruction turns their gaze toward him, eyes filled with hostility. Quitella mocks him, stating that Beerus has just sealed his own fate. Belmont adds fuel to the fire by recalling a past incident where Beerus nearly caused universal destruction. Whis then explains the story to Goku. Long ago, Zeno had organized a simple game of hide and seek among the gods. Beerus, however, fell asleep for nearly 50 years. Zeno's anger was so severe that the other gods had to desperately intervene to prevent annihilation. Now, with old grudges resurfacing and a perfect opportunity for revenge, the other 11 gods of destruction silently agree on a strategy. Beerus will be eliminated first. The Grand Priest gives the signal, and the arena erupts. 11 gods of destruction charge Beerus simultaneously. He narrowly evades the opening barrage from several opponents, moving with an almost instinctive precision. Whis explains that Beerus's body can sense hostile intent and react automatically, dodging attacks before they even fully form. Still, perfection is impossible. Beerus is eventually caught, forcing him to retreat as multiple gods close in for a finishing strike. Using misdirection, Beerus hurls Champa skyward, tricking the others into chasing what they believe is his escaping body. Instead, Beerus reveals himself beneath another opponent and unleashes a devastating destruction blast. The battle rapidly devolves into complete chaos. Belmod turns on everyone, trapping the gods inside an energy barrier and bombarding them with razor-sharp constructs formed from divine energy. Others retaliate in kind arrows, pierce defenses, sonic roars paralyze the arena, and raw power sends gods crashing through the battlefield. Alliances dissolve instantly, replaced by pure survival instincts. By the time the dust begins to settle, the gods are battered, exhausted, and wounded. Beerus himself is visibly damaged, breathing heavily as he delivers a final, desperate blow to Rumshi. Nearby, Quitella finishes his own grueling fight and locks eyes with Beerus once more. At last, it seems the rivalry will be settled. The two charge forward, power surging, ready to determine who truly stands above the rest. But before their attacks can land, the Grand Priest steps in, stopping both gods effortlessly with a single finger. The Omni Kings, overwhelmed and bored by the incomprehensible speed of the battle, lose interest, bringing the exhibition to an abrupt end. This confrontation is often hailed as one of the most spectacular sequences in Dragon Ball Super, but it is also one of the most misunderstood. Many fans claim Beerus single-handedly defeated all the other gods of destruction. In reality, the manga shows him evading only a handful and clearly damaging just one. Any additional victories attributed to him are speculative at best, especially considering most of those opponents were already injured and exhausted from fighting each other. By the end of the battle, Beerus himself is barely standing proof that even if he survived longer than most, he paid a heavy price. Still, despite the exaggerations and misconceptions surrounding it, this arc remains one of the most thrilling and memorable segments in the entire series, and without question, one of my personal favorites in the Dragon Ball Super manga. Now you know what really happened? Drop your comment below and tell me which God of Destruction you believe is truly the strongest. Defend your choice with the one feat no one can ignore. Do not forget to follow for more breakdowns that expose hidden anime truths.